In our headlines for this evening, locally, another Nevis hotel property receives hospitality assured certification, and OAS assures government of St. Kitts and Nevis of its continued support. The details are straight ahead. Good evening and welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Friday, March 13th, 2015. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Premier of Nevis and Federal Minister of Labour, the Honourable Vance Amory, is encouraging persons who may be interested in obtaining employment with the Canadian Farm Work Programme to make an application to any government agency or the Premier's Ministry, which is responsible for labour matters in Nevis. Today, Premier Amory outlined what is required of persons who intend to apply.
Any person applying must have a passport, must also have a police record, which will be part of the documentation required to ensure that whoever is selected is a person of good character and therefore will enhance the program and not bring any detriment to the program. And I want to encourage those who feel that they have an interest in not only making the application or indicating an interest, but doing so as promptly as possible. Now, I do not know what numbers will be entertained or will be employed, but at least we will give ourselves a good chance of having the opportunity as young people or as older people who require this kind of employment to be employed in this area.
Premier Amory says he trusts that a fair number of the Federation's citizens will be able to take advantage of this opportunity. I
think the program lasts for, initially or each year, it runs for about 4 to 6 months, if my information is correct. It is during the period of the summer when the crops are ripening and therefore need excess labor to be harvested. And from reports from those who have been before, it does appear to be a very productive and lucrative area of employment. We have no control over who will be accepted or how many will be accepted. But the sufficient for me is that there is that opportunity, and we are seeking to facilitate that opportunity.
Premier of Nevis and the Federal Minister of Labour, the Honourable Vance Amory. A third property here on Nevis has achieved Hospitality Assured certification. Hospitality Assured, championed by the British Institute of Hospitality and operated under license by the Caribbean Tourism Organization (CTO), is an industry standard that promotes the highest levels of business service excellence in the hospitality industry. Here on Nevis, the program is coordinated by the NIA's Ministry of Tourism.
The Ministry of Tourism has partnered with the CTO to have the Hospitality Assured program introduced to some of our hotels on the island. After much reluctance and concerns, 3 of our properties decided to bite the proverbial bullet and take up the challenge. From all reports, the road was not always smooth. However, all 3 properties would have persevered, and today we are celebrating with the last of the 3 to be certified. The team here at Ouale has committed itself to high ideals, excellent customer service, loyalty through the organization, and most of all, the desire to have an overall enhanced business performance at the resort. To Mr. Yearwood and his team, congratulations.
The Ministry of Tourism's Policy and Regulations Officer, John Hanley, is one of the coordinators of the program.
We are particularly proud of Ouale Beach Resort, whose path to success was a bit more arduous and more painstaking than the other two properties. Niswood Plantation and Nelson Spring received certification in January of this year. After the initial assessment, Ouale had to go back to the drawing board and do some extra work. I could sense that they felt somewhat frustrated, but we at the ministry did not give up on them and gave them every encouragement and support. We were thrilled when Faith called us a week ago and advised us that Ouale had just received wonderful news of their success from CTO. I have to particularly commend Faith and Shari, who are sitting in the front row smiling at me, for the outstanding commitment and the enormous amount of work which they did way beyond the call of duty, along with the other team members here at Ouale.
Responding to the accolade, General Manager Faith Bertie says she is proud of her staff who helped the Ouale Beach Resort to achieve the high standard of excellence.
We did not have a customer service promise, and we were able to get one, and I'm glad to say that that promise has helped us a lot because we were able to stress more on our customer service and the excellent service that we provide to our guests. And it is very important to provide that level of excellent service to our guests. We know that they are happy and they will return to us because they're receiving good service from our staff. We pledge that we'll continue to provide the excellent service here at Ouale Beach Resort.
The Ouale Beach Resort rounds out the list of 3 hotel properties on Nevis which participated in the island's pilot of the Hospitality Assured program, which commenced in May of 2014. The Nelson Spring Beach Resort and the Nisbet Plantation Beach Club also achieved Hospitality Assured certification back in January. Meantime, while addressing yesterday's ceremony, Federal Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant, noted that capacity building, such as that necessary to attain certification through the Hospitality Assured program, is key to moving the tourism industry forward.
I have been here at Ouale for so many times, and I know that in particular I'm happy that it is a local institution, and that you have attained the level of excellence that have gained you this award and certification. So I think it's kudos to Ouale Beach and its management. I admonish you that your challenge now is even greater to ensure that not only do you keep the certification, but that your employees, etc., continue whatever training that there is available to make sure that this hotel is on the cutting edge. I am happy that out of, I think, 64 properties, you say Nevis has 3 certifications. You have to give yourselves a round of applause. I hope that more properties would come on board. I would also hope that in St. Kitts, I see Novlet Morton, Senior Projects Officer, is here, that the St. Kitts properties also get on board as we move our federation forward.
The Hospitality Assured program in Nevis received financial input from the Caribbean Tourism Organization, CTO, as well as the Organization of the American States, OAS. At yesterday's ceremony, Terence Craig, OAS representative to St. Kitts and Nevis, expressed his congratulations to the 3 hotel properties which have made the pilot of the Hospitality Assured program on Nevis a success.
One may ask why the OAS has partnered in this venture. And especially for the case of St. Kitts and Nevis, we really have an interest in contributing to the development of the tourism product. As Mr. Alistair was explaining, let's make it a product of both islands, not Nevis and St. Kitts, but St. Kitts and Nevis. For the continuation of our assistance here in St. Kitts and Nevis, I also like to take this opportunity to assure the government of St. Kitts and Nevis and the business society that we will continue to lend our support and we look forward to new initiatives.
The Ouale Beach Resort, the Nelson Spring Beach Resort, and the Nisbet Plantation Beach Club are the first hotel properties in the Federation to achieve Hospitality Assured certification. Stay with us, we'll have more local news after this break.
Empress Liberty, and I'm coming from St. Kitts. I want to big up NTV, Brown Hill Communication, and a Stitching Time.
Hi, I'm Purple, and you're in tune to NTV. Keep it locked.
Welcome back. Managing Director of the Ouale Beach Resort, John Yarwood, has made a call for assistance from the new federal government for small private businesses in Nevis. Yarwood was at the time speaking at a ceremony to recognize the resort for its recent attainment of Hospitality Assured certification. Attending that ceremony was the newly minted Federal Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Lindsay Grant. Speaking specifically to plans to expand the Ouale Beach Resort, Yarwood announced that the resort has already applied to the Department of Planning and has received detailed permission to commence the expansion.
We're actually shovel ready right now for another 24 units. The next step of that obviously is finance. And Mr. Minister, in your new capacity, perhaps one of the things you could follow up with for us, we have been in ongoing discussions with the SIDF, as the SIDF have been severely criticized, as you probably have been aware, that the projects of investment have generally been, in the private sector, been in St. Kitts, with Christophe Harbour and Kitation Hill. And so we're hoping that with your intervention, perhaps the Ouale Beach will be the first private sector investment of the SIDF on the island of Nevis. We built the first 6 rooms in 1989 and opened them 2 weeks before Hurricane Hugo. So it took us a couple of months to get them back in action. And then over the years we expanded. We went to 12 rooms and then to 24 rooms, and now we're up to 32 rooms. But my staff are pushing. They'd like to see us grow even more. Our general manager would like to be the general manager of a much larger hotel. So we're always dreaming.
Managing Director of the Ouale Beach Resort, John Yarwood. A small business management and financial skills workshop held from March 3rd to 6th has been described as a success, but trainer and course facilitator Carol Body says true success would become evident when participants employ the benefits derived from the training. The workshop was a collaborative effort of the Nevis Island Administration's Ministry of Tourism and the Federal Ministry of Tourism and was sponsored by the Organization of American States, OAS. It also forms part of a regional craft enhancement and business planning project which started in 2014. The training workshop covered a number of aspects critical to the functioning of a thriving business. Some of the areas included starting a business, how to apply for a business license, registering a business, basic accounting practices, marketing, selling and displaying the product. Division participant Tanisha Hendrickson says she has benefited immensely from the training and is ready to execute what she learned, given that it complements her role at the Nevis Craft House. Hendrickson articulated appreciation to the organizers on behalf of her fellow participants. OAS resident representative to St. Kitts and Nevis, Terence Craig, with assistance from Novelette Morton, Senior Tourism Projects Officer in the Federal Ministry of Tourism, presented the participants with certificates of completion. Nevis's Product Development Officer, Nicole Liebert, who coordinated the hosting of the training exercise, also participated in the closing ceremony. The Consumer Affairs Department hosted an open day at the War Memorial in Charlestown yesterday, Thursday, March 11th, to commemorate World Consumer Rights Day, which is observed annually on March 15th. This year, it is being celebrated under the theme, Helping Consumers Choose Healthy Diets. Director of Trade and Consumer Affairs, Laurencia Tyson, told us the reason for hosting the event.
We here this today to celebrate World Consumer Rights Day 2015. The theme is helping consumers choose healthy diets. And as you can see right now we are wrapping up, but we had a good response today. We had the health promotion unit with us, and we're also doing a raffle. We had a number of people, put their names in. So we're just hoping that this was a good cause, and then we thank the public for supporting us.
Tyson says the Consumer Affairs Department on Nevis usually partners with its counterpart on St. Kitts, but this year it decided to coordinate its own activities. She also outlined the function of the Consumer Affairs Department.
Consumer Affairs is here to basically protect consumers and their rights and obligations, and hope that the businesses do the right thing in protecting their consumers. We make sure we go out in the field and we make sure that businesses are abiding by the rules and regulations of our act. And basically we try to educate, inform and promote the department on a daily basis.
She also thanked the public for its support of the department's open day.
I would like to thank the general public for coming out and supporting us on this cause, and hope that next year we could have more people. We had a lot of people checking out their health, and I hope that they had good response in those health checks. So we are urging the public to come out and support us as well.
That was Director of Trade and Consumer Affairs, Laurencia Tyson. That's it for tonight's edition of the Nevis Newscast. Thank you for viewing. Good night.